day, everybody. How are you all doing today? Well, I hope fine. I'm doing okay. Welcome by a new episode of my podcast, No More Secrets. You know why it's called No More Secrets? Because I don't have any secrets anymore. I'm 100% honest, finally. I'm out of my closet and not using anymore behind closet doors. And yeah, when I decided to tell the truth and be honest to myself, that's the most important thing. Well, it set me free. The truth will set you free. Really, it does. So for everybody that's is still in an addiction or in recovery and you're scared to share your story with anybody, you can always connect with me and I help you through that journey because I know how it feels and I really, I'm hoping by telling my story that I inspire you. And if you are scared to do it by yourself, I'm here. I will help you. So you can always send me a DM or a message on Facebook or on TikTok or Instagram, and I will I will help you to yeah to break open to set yourself free. And I know it's tough. It's really tough. I've been there, done that. Because when I decided to quit after 35 years in addiction, I just wanna. The first months, I was like, well, okay. I didn't know I was alone, and I was still full of shame and full of guilt and powerlessness. And yeah, I had to first acknowledge that I was an addict. Because that's a really important step in recovery. Because if you don't acknowledge you have an addiction, you're never going to stay in recovery. You can come clean. You can become clean and try to do it on willpower. That's how I quit, on willpower, because I knew I had a problem, but I didn't know that I was the problem, and that I was numbing for 35 years all the pain and the trauma I had. And yeah, so I had to do something about it, because when I hit at rock bottom, yeah, there was nobody that said to me, "You have to quit. I'm going to help you." No, I had to do it all by myself, and because I was so full of shame and guilt, and I didn't. I was scared to tell my kids, because I was scared to lose them. I was scared to tell the people in my environment that I was the last 3.5 years using cocaine secretly. And yeah, that was a really big step to open up. But you know what? I decided to open up, and I decided to make a podcast. And I decided to do that because I want to help you. So yeah, so today I just want to talk about a little bit. I want to talk about a little bit is yeah, the last week I felt very lonely, because last Saturday I was exactly 6 months well, not in recovery. I was clean 6 months. I'm now for, yeah, I think 2 3 months. I'm really in recovery, because I really decided when I started my coaching, and because I searched on the internet everything to change my mindset, because I really needed to change my mindset. Otherwise, I would have been relapsed, I think, 10 times or something like that, because of what I went through by quitting all the substance. Yeah, that was really tough, because yeah, 35 depressing 35 years depressing all of your emotions. Then when you quit, yeah, that's really a lot. So yeah, I go to meetings. I applied myself for recovery therapy. It's in group sessions. It's really, really, really nice because, yeah, I talk on Mondays and Wednesdays with 10 other people in a group. And we talk about how we feel. We talk about what's happening in your brain when the slick voice is yelling at you. The slick voice is the addiction voice. When it's yelling at you, that it really wants to use. And yeah, so I was so happy last Saturday because yay, 6 months sober, and I was really feeling like it was my birthday or something, because I never felt such joy sober about myself, about an accomplishment I did by myself. So I went to an A meeting that I always go on Saturday, and and then at the end they say, "How many days are you?" and this and that. So, okay, and so it was my turn, and clapping, of course, and yay, congratulations, and it was really really nice. And then I drove home, and then I sat in my car. I was driving, and the slick voice was, "Oh, it's a party! So we are going to the liquor store." And then my common sense voice said, "No, we're not going to the liquor store. We're going to go home and we're going to drink a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a glass of water or something." And I got really like this. I really didn't like the feeling. And then I came home. My kids were by their dad, and I was alone. And I was really, really alone. I'm alone for 6 months already. But now I was really alone. There wasn't anybody to say congratulations or to give me a hug or be happy with me or something. So it was like a blanket that came over me, and yeah, and it was a negative blanket because that was the first time I experienced real loneliness sober. So yeah, normally I would have my slick voice in my mind was all day shouting at me, really shouting, "Go get something, go call a dealer, go to the liquor store, do something so you don't feel the loneliness." But because of all my coaching and also because of the recovery, and I'm going to the meetings, and I know how bad you feel when you have a relapse, I really don't want to relapse. So I'm so happy that feeling is stronger than the addiction voice in my mind. But it's always in the neighborhoods. You know what they say? That the neighborhood inside my head is somewhere you don't want to walk at night because it's an very bad neighborhood. So you don't want to stay in your head. Stay in your head, you're dead. I already told it in a previous podcast because no. So I went through my feelings, and yeah, it was that I felt my trauma of losing my family. I don't have contact with my family now for 16 years, and I needed to let them go because they were very toxic and not safe. So, but that is a really hard decision, of course, because I don't have family now. I do have family, but I don't see them. So, the only family I have are my children, and yeah, and my party friends. Well, I thought they were my good friends because I was friends with them for 2 decades or longer. Yeah, I got the contact also because it was too dangerous for me because they were still drinking and using in the weekends. Also, they didn't know that I was using cocaine because I was too ashamed to tell them. And I went through a really really rough time the last 4 years with my health, with a lot of trauma that I couldn't handle. And so I always said I'm never going to use cocaine. And when I used it, and in a month I was also a cocaine addict. Besides the benzos, the opiates, the marijuana, cigarettes, alcohol. So yeah, that went very fast. So it's a really dangerous drugs, and I hated it all my life, cocaine, because I have seen so many bad things with that, and here I am, also a cocaine addict now. So well, I used to be a cocaine addict. So yeah, but okay. Um, yeah, it's a really important thing if you want to quit, that you break with people, with party friends, with friends. But also it's very lonely. And, when I quit it, or when I quit half a year ago, I was alone the first few months, and that was okay because I needed the time for myself. I needed time to acknowledge that I was an addict. I needed the time to discover what my dreams were, what my goals were, what my desires were. I had to um, rebuild courage inside myself to came out with my story. Look at me now. I'm doing a podcast to help you and to hopefully inspire you to also be true to yourself and to your environment. And because I know for 100,000% sure that there are a lot of people, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, colleagues, many people that are using behind closet doors and are too ashamed and too powerlessness, and feeling too guilty to be honest and tell the truth. But believe me, I know it sets you so free because you're so scared of the judgment for other people. But when you change your mindset, you don't give a fuck anymore about what anyone else thinks, because when you've been to an addiction, or maybe you're still in an addiction, never forget how strong you are, because you're surviving, or you survived it, or you're still surviving it, but you're already in your mind, because otherwise you don't look at my podcast, and it's already in your mind. I hope I plant some seeds for the people that are still in an addiction, that it is possible. It's really possible. Recovery is possible, because look at me. I'm here sitting in my kitchen doing this podcast, and it's possible, people. Really, it is. And wow, that life is so beautiful now. It's like a rebirth. Really, it is. I've born again. I'm really born again. Everything is different. The trees look greener. The sun is brighter. The love of my children is stronger. It's intenser. Everything is so. I enjoy every day. Every day when I wake up, I thank God, and I thank the universe, I thank the angels, and I always say it's a blessing to be alive, because it really fucking is a blessing to be alive. If you've been in an addiction, you wake up and you're every day feeling like shit, like crap, like bleh. What am I doing here? What a loser I am, and all those inner voices, the negative voices. So I really highly recommend, if you want to quit, or you're already in recovery, to do also a coaching program, with a life coach, with a mindset coach, a motivational coach, because it's so important to change your mindset. Because, yeah, when you really are learning about how everything works in your brain, yeah, it gives you another perspective about life, about yourself, about your traumas, and so. But okay, I go back to my loneliness, because it was the first time that I feel that, and I think that you all gonna feel at some point that feeling, because yeah, it's a lonely road if you're alone, and yeah, if you're not sharing it with other people, well, I share it here through a mic, it's in a camera. But yeah, I would love to be in contact with you. I have contact with some people that watch, and I already help them. So, and I inspire them. So, don't hesitate to contact me. Um, but yeah, so I went home. I was very lonely, and then I know what I've learned. I thought I already told you in my other podcast. You know, when you hear the slick voice, then it's already a little bit too late. So you have to recognize the pattern. So my pattern was like going in my house and searching in drawers and everything, and so I noticed that I was doing that, and then I noticed, okay, I have to break through my habit now. So I went walking with my dogs for an hour and a half. So I changed the routine, you know. So I didn't call a dealer. I didn't go to the liquor store. I didn't do nothing. And well, I won't say that I was woo happy to peppy. No, 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 I wasn't. But I get that sense of prideness, you know. So and then I went to bed early, and I watched in my bed. I watched brainless TV, some Netflix, because I watch a lot of motivational speakers. Is also one thing I really recommend if you're not able to pay to afford a coach. YouTube is full with motivational speakers, and that's all for free. You can also follow them on social media. I always listen to my daily routine is I get up at 6 o'clock. I go meditate. Then I go drink some coffee. Then I listen to a motivational speaker. I listen a lot to Les Brown. I listen to Lisa Nichols, Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, Luke Mindpower. So I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and it really, really helps you because you're really learning to understand how it works. And yeah, you really need that. And also go to recovery because you really need to understand how everything works in your brain. So, yeah, disciplined over excuses. You know, if you want to quit, if you want to stay in recovery, recovery is possible. Look at me. I can say it enough. Look at me. So, yeah, so I went to bed and I slept very well, I have to say. And the next morning, Sunday, I went to a CA meeting, my first CA meeting. That was really, really nice. And I shared my story there because I don't know if you are already going to meetings, but you can, yeah, if you go to a meeting, you if you want to tell something, they call it sharing. So I shared my story about the day before that I was feeling so lonely and everything. So when the meeting was finished, I get a cuddle from another fellow and from another fellow, and yeah, that felt so really nice because I can't say it enough. Also, the other way from addiction is connection. You need connection. It's so important. And I had to search it on Saturday connection, but I didn't do it. I went to bed. But now I know that I have to do it the next time if I feel again like that. So, but loneliness, yeah, it's a hard topic, and I know I need to take action. I know I need to yeah, need to take more action to search new friends and friends like mind like it because I only want to surround myself now with people that are sober, with people that are also having goals. You know, when I say this, who also have goals and dreams, I really didn't even know I had dreams. I really didn't know. I really didn't know I have goals. I didn't even know that I had feelings because I'm very emotional the last few days because everything is coming out, everything. And I do a lot of very intense breath work, meditations, and they when I do those, there are special meditations, and then they close the monkey brain. And when you close your monkey brain, you go to your subconscious, and then you go into your real trauma. And to yeah, whoa, it's insane. But I did it Friday night. I did one, and it was so insane. When it came out, I only felt free, and I felt grateful, and I felt trust, and I felt hope, and a lot of things came up. And but it also made something open in my body. So yeah, I think I'm releasing a lot of sadness and grief from my childhood and from my adult life. And that's a good thing. It's tough, but it's a good thing, and I wish it all for you as well. So well, people, I hope that I inspired you. I hope you will say yes to yourself, and yeah, take action. Um, you can contact with me, Krista Jorison, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. I will reach out to you, and it's all in private. So then we can talk about it. We can talk about the steps you have to take. We can talk. Well, maybe you just wanna only share your story with me. It's also so releasing, and yeah, to share your story. Only that. If you don't want anybody to know, it's safe with me. I know how important it is that it's safe. So please, please, please don't hesitate. And I wish you all a very, very, very nice week. I see you next week with my new podcast. And yeah, bye bye. I love you all.